think that it ever changes that her ambition and drive. I don't think that ever changes about Liz. She's always going to be a go-getter. She's a highly functioning professional woman. But this time now there's a love to manage with that. It's the emotional investment that she has now, which she didn't have in season 1. And then there are other strange things that show up that just create havoc for her love life and her life period and her keeping things under control. She does, because of the love life and managing the career and love, she doesn't quite have things as in control this year as she did last year. I mean, she had a couple moments of walking through the mud and falling into it in, you know, the small town, but this year it's taken more on an emotional level.
Well now, don't you two look cozy?
She gets her foot stuck in the mud on an emotional level a couple of times. I like her strength. I like the way that she actually balances using her feminine strength with in the boardroom. You know, it's like she's not trying to be one of the boys, although she can hang with the boys and is highly effective as a professional and a vice president. I love her clothes.
Hello, everyone.
She's a fashionista from Toronto.
Look at you.
Oh, this little thing.
Just picked it up in the desert.
She doesn't have to be a man in order to be powerful. From grade 1, I remember being asked, what am I going to be when I grow up? There was never a question of that I was going to just stay home. Like, I was always going to have a family, but also have a career, you know? So she just comes from that mentality, and I think used to being around other women who are very powerful and capable of managing a career and a family.
Thank you.
So yeah, I guess that's reflected to the wardrobe and the fashion. And my mother was a dressmaker, so a bit of a fashion victim myself.
You're going to be second in command of Thundercloud Gaming International and in charge of every casino that I own.
I think that Liz may go farther to get what she wants. I think that the line of things that she would do to attain a goal might be farther than Karen's. I think that there's definitely a place from, like, I won't compromise certain things for a career or a goal, whereas I think she would do whatever it takes. And I love that about her. It's kind of a delicious side of her, but their relationship has just been so turbulent and rocky, and crazy things have happened within that relationship. So it makes for really juicy scenes between the two of them, whether it's a love scene or whether it's a breaking up scene. I guess the one scene that did come to mind was Liz has to confess something that John's not going to like to hear. And it's a very long scene. It's a tender scene, and then it just takes such arcs. You know, at first they're talking things through and they're very loving, and then it gets a little sexy, and then a confession comes out and it just blows up, and there's so much love and vulnerability all at the same time. I think clearly there's some deep respect between Matthew and Liz. I think Matthew respects Liz because he knows that she is capable, and of all the people that works for him, she's going to, you know, come through. She's a come-through girl when it comes to the employees that he has. And I think that I respect him for reasons we don't know yet. But I think, you know, there's other levels to Matthew Tommy that are not clear And well, he's my boss, so.